Hi again, YouTube. This is Laura. I know I just made an update that I'm going to upload tonight as well. I'm trying to upload it right now. And I was explaining that I've had my dentures out all weekend because I've had sore spots. And I wanted to give my gums a rest and try to help improve the sore spots. So, it's been out. Sorry, I had to stop and think. It's Sunday night, and I thought I would give it a shot to see if I could get my dentures back in. Without a lot of pain since I've given it, about 48 hours without anything in. So I got the Benzoyant out. If you're not familiar with that, let me show you what that is. Hold on just a second here. Oh, sorry, I should have grabbed it before I started filming this. So Benzoyant is like a dental pain relieving cream. It comes in a little bottle like this, and then let me open the box here. It's a little tube. Sorry, it's upside down. And you can see the IV is part of it already, so the end's kind of folded up. And you just squeeze a little bit of that out, and you put it on wherever you have sore spots. And it says to let it sit for a few minutes if you plan to put dentures in. So I let it sit for about 5 minutes. I put it everywhere that I had a sore spot. And I was able to get my top denture, and it was pretty much no pain. There's still sore spots at the very back of my mouth, but I used enough Benzoyant on it that it didn't really hurt at all. Bottom was painful, but nowhere near as painful as it was before. I put a lot on the inside because that is, like I said, where it's way down low in the gum where it's really, really sore. So I put a whole bunch of Benzoyant in that area, and that didn't hurt at all when I put the low denture in. But I didn't get enough probably on the outside, and it really stung right in this area, like right down in there. But I got it in, and within probably 2 to 3 minutes, it felt a lot better. I know, since I haven't worn this in for about 48 hours, and I've only worn the bottom denture for a couple of days, I'm still having a problem talking, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I know, like, my mom and my sister told me it's really not that bad. Like, there's a few words that are hard to understand, but most of the time they can understand me okay. It sounds really, really weird to me, but this side doesn't really sound that different. It just sounds like maybe I speak a little differently than I did before. So hopefully you guys can understand me okay. I decided to make a quick video and show you that I was able to get them in. I know you haven't seen me with my bottoms in before, so that is exciting. There they are. And let me just smile and show you. I do have an overbite, so they improved it some, but they couldn't get it to go away completely, so it's still there. Let's see if I can get our side view. And I mentioned the first few videos that I made earlier. The only thing I've noticed I really dislike about the denture so far is the fact that they had to cut this top one down quite a ways for the little skin between my lip and my gum to sit comfortably. And so I'll show you, like, it dips down quite a ways. That's the one thing I don't like about the dentures. But it was something I can't really help because it's just the way that skin piece is. They needed to cut down for it to be, comfortable, so it wasn't rubbing up against it and irritating that skin. So you can see that, even if I open my mouth pretty wide, you can't tell. But if I put my gum up, you can see that that's where the denture part is. And so that's the thing that I don't like about it. That's better. I have to push my lip up to really notice it, but I mean, it sits high enough now that the skin comes to like right where that is, so it's not quite as noticeable. But it's just the one thing I notice I really don't like about the denture. Everything else I really like. I really like the color of it. I think they're white. They're not like so. I did it look unnatural though, so I really like the color of it. And I think they sit really well. They do stay in very securely. I haven't used adhesives except for 2 times, and the first time I was eating steak and I knew I was probably going to need an adhesive in, and that was when I was just wearing the top before I got the adjustments to wear the bottom. And so I used let me show you, the Fix-It powder. And how this works, if you're not familiar with these, is you just get the denture wet, and then this is just like a powder. It comes on a thing like this. You just dump it out, squeeze a little bit out onto the denture, and you don't want to squeeze out a whole bunch. You just squeeze out a little bit. And I just did it all around, the outside groove of where it can go onto your gums, and then I sprinkle a little bit on like the part that can cover the roof of your mouth. Excuse me. And then what you do is you tap off the excess, and then you just put it into your mouth and you hold it for a few seconds. And it worked really good. I ate steak with it. It held it perfectly fine, didn't move at all. And it stayed on for hours. Like, I did it I put that on at probably like 5 o'clock or so that day. And I was up late that night. I think I went to bed like around 2:30 or so. And it held until that time, and I had to work to get it off, so it probably would have held longer than that. But I wanted to take it out before I went to bed that night. And the bottom, the only time that I've used it is the day that I went to get my dentures adjusted. I had to go. I live in Kansas, and I had to go to Topeka, which is about an hour from where I live, to get the adjustments done. And I'm also in college, and I had to go take a midterm that same day, and it was a town that's about halfway between where Topeka is and where I live is where I needed to go to get a proctored midterm for a math class that I'm in. And so that was like 4 hours later, and I didn't want to drive all the way back home. So I just planned to waste time doing some shopping in Topeka and then some studying somewhere. So I needed to eat lunch there, and I didn't even think about taking something soft with me. And so I just ended up going to a fast food place and ordering a hamburger and french fries because I didn't know what to get. And so I had the Fix-It powder in my purse, so I went and tried to use that on my top and my bottom gum that day. And it worked fine on my top. It held out fine. On the bottom, it did not work at all. I took like a bite of a french fry and it came loose, and my gums were still really sore then, so I tried eating for a few minutes, and my gums, my lower denture kept moving around and like kept popping up and stuff, and which is really weird because it sits really securely. Like right now, I can move all around, and it's not moving. It sits really securely in my gum and stays put. But as soon as I tried eating, it was all over the place. And yeah, the Fix-It powder, it popped loose just like 2 bites into me trying to eat a french fry that wasn't even crisp or anything. It was pretty soft. And so that really hurt because it was moving around all over the place. I finally just gave up and took it out and ate with just my top denture in. And so I don't know whether that was just that I didn't use enough powder or that I did something wrong. I don't know, because I'd never tried to use, before that point I had only worn my lower denture for 1 day, so I couldn't get it back in after that. And so maybe it was just because I wasn't used to having it in, and I didn't know exactly what I was doing. So I may try that again, but I haven't used any adhesive since that time. So I can't really give any explanation as far as that, but as far as the top denture, it has worked really well. So that is all the update I basically have for now. I'll just show you another picture of what I look like with both my dentures in. So there is what I look like. I'll try to do a closer up view. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what that's like. Again, I know I'm not talking real clearly, at least to myself. So hopefully you guys can understand me. And I will, again, if you have any questions or anything, please let me know. Send me a comment, send me a message, whatever, and I'll try to answer it, or I will try to make a video regarding that or whatever sometime in the next few days. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.